Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of the X-Fan Show. It's Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. It's our season finale.
Is it our season finale?
So to speak.
Well, I mean, look, we got big news. So look, I watched the show Tuesday. I had, I'm still having a hangover, right?
Yeah.
Come on, dude. So I was having a hangover. What's up, Predator couple? How are you guys? Good morning, Kevin.
Sounds right. I know, but good morning to everyone. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That didn't sound right, did it? But anyways, I still had a hangover, so I didn't broadcast Tuesday, and then Wednesday it was happy anniversary to Daddy Ed and his lovely wife Jolene. Amanda, didn't have her babysitter to watch her kid, and I was still hungover, basically, from the championship game, right? Oh, speaking of the hyena, there she is already.
But
so
guess
I'm
what?
back.
I'm back. What, man? Guess
now,
what?
Listen. I know that there's somebody in the backstage, and I had an appointment today. I was on the field, and I tried to find this gentleman, but I think he was running from me because he knows that I have a man crush on him. And I think he was afraid I was going to attack him on the field. But I did get to see my boy Taylor.
You did. And ladies and gentlemen, joining us today on the show is the XFL Offensive Player of the Year. And
hold on. Let's take that back. It's the MVP, not AJ McCarron. It's the MVP of the XFL.
What I said is correct. The Offensive Player of the Year and member of the All XFL team himself. Ladies and gentlemen, from the DC Defenders, Jordan Tayama is here. Jordan!
What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Jordan, hold on, Arlington. I got a question. You knew I was in the press box. You ran from me. Were you just afraid I was going to tackle you on the field?
I mean, I just wanted to get out of there before the confetti started coming down. And the trophy came out. I just wanted to get out of there.
Hey, man,
it's all good.
Yeah. First off, congratulations on the awards, man. I know you're a bit disappointed because you wanted to end the season with the XFL championship and it didn't happen. Yeah. But I will say to you, man, it is well deserved. A lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it honest because that's what we do on this show. Yeah. I said that it should have been McCarron, but since the season that you had and everything kind of worked out in your favor, even if they took you out, you still would have been considered, the Offensive Player of the Year. So I have to tell you, man, congratulations, and you proved me wrong. I'm so happy.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you did. You proved me wrong, man.
Now, Jordan, so I have a question. So, I mean, in the spring league, when you played in that other league that's going on right now, the USFL last year, and then, you led the league there in passing, right? And then you came in. Now, I mean, when you first started, it wasn't, the first 5 games, you guys were still trying to click and all that stuff. And those last 5 games, man, you caught fire. I mean, just went off the chain with everything. So, like, what does it mean to you to be recognized as the first offensive player of the year for the XFL?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's such an amazing thing to have. You know, it caught me by surprise when they named me. Had a whole video of me, of like a video for me at the, you know, team, at our team meeting, and, you know, caught me by surprise, and I was super excited and super blessed to, you know, receive that award. And you know, shout out to my team. You know, the O-line, we have a great O-line, great running back room, great quarterback room, receivers, tight ends, everyone. I felt like we all, you know, had a huge play in this award that I got. So, I mean, if I could give it to the whole team, I would. But it was such a blessing to have it.
You know, here's the funny thing. Arlington, if you notice, every quarterback, they always think that O-line. Always.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Yeah, I would think so. Somebody got to protect the quarterback, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, all right, go on, Arlington.
I was going to say, all right, now that you've gotten the awards and things, now what's the mindset? You know, you get into the off season now.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Is it possible you can reveal any teams that's looking at you right now?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised I haven't like signed, you know, with any team yet. But you know, I'm just kind of trusting the process. A lot of teams already kind of like got their team set for camp. So that's next week, OTAs, right? So right now I'm kind of just like waiting for the phone call, resting my body, and then you know, just be on the lookout and being ready. So that's kind of where I stand right now.
All right, Jordan, you say rest your body. So, I mean, let's really talk about that. I mean, man,
Yeah.
You know, those last, you know, let's go back to the last game that you guys, the last game of the regular season. You took some hits.
Yeah.
You took some hits in that Seattle game. You took some hits in this championship game. And you say rest your body. Like, where is your body at? Because I mean, there was that hit in Seattle where I didn't think you were going to get up, dude, because like it was like your chest, it looked like your chest was hurting and all of that. So like where are you at physically and mentally right now?
I think physically I can go out there and just play again. I mean, physically I can just do that, and then you know, if I get called or anything, I can go out and be 100%. But you know, there is little bumps and bruises and stuff that I do want to heal, like the finger that I hurt, you know, during the playoff game, and then I mean, on the throwing hand. So, but other than that, I feel like I'm, you know, 100% ready to go do whatever I need to.
Yeah, now you talk about hurting the finger, right?
Yeah.
On your throwing hand. I mean, people don't realize, if you go back and watch all throughout the whole season, I mean, you really took a beating in a lot of the stuff that you did, because, you developed yourself into a pocket passer, but you really rely on your legs a lot as that scrambler. So you started to become that more balanced quarterback. But I mean, like, you took a beating this year, dude, but yet you just kept going and going. Like, what drove you from some of the beatings that you took in some of these games where you just kept going and going?
Yeah, I felt like, you know, this season, you know, I did take some really big hits, but at the same time, I felt like I was really smart about, you know, when I need to run, how I need to run it, getting my head down, or, you know, getting down on the turf. And, you know, I've taken a lot more, you know, hits in my career. So, you know, my body's kind of used to it. And yeah, just kind of, you know, my mentality is, you know, do whatever I need to do to win, to get yards, get the first down for our team. So I'm going to put my body out there on the line for them.
Hey, we got Jordan Ta'amu on the show today. Jordan, please tell us about the impact of your offensive coordinator, Fred Costin, how much he trusted in you throughout the season to being, you know, the best quarterback and being the offensive player of the year for the XFL.
Yeah, I mean, I love Coach Kais. I love everything that he's about. You know, he's a genuine guy. He loves his players, and what's great about him as an offense coordinator, that he was open to ideas. He was open for, you know, myself, the quarterback room, our quarterback coach, to kind of put in our input on what we thought was best for the week. And, you know, he would listen, and then he was like, all right, let's try and throw this in. Let's see what happens. And, you know, he always had an open ear in the quarterback room, and always came in and checked on us and made sure, you know, we were good for the game plan for the week. So communication was key between us and the offense coordinator, just to make sure we're on the same page. And you know, he can dial some stuff up while we're driving. I love the no huddle. I love just the play callings that he called, and especially in our run game too. So everything about it, love Fred Keiss, love everything that he's about.
How will you utilize him, like coming up in the, will you continue to talk with him, even if you, move on to the next level in the NFL to kind of, help continue to better your career, as you progress getting there?
Yeah, I felt like he's, him and my quarterback coach helped me, get there or get to a higher level than I was last year. Before I even got, to the hotel in Dallas, they were like, hey, we saw your film. This is what we want you to work on this year. This is what we want you, like, we're going to set goals for you, and we're going to go and accomplish it this year. And, from right there, I was locked in. And, I kind of set goals for myself too, but they kind of made it more, more thoughtful and more, it was just, I don't know, it just felt like they cared a lot. So I just knew it was the right fit as soon as I got in.
So, Jordan, here's the thing that I noticed from 2020 up until this XFL season, right? In 2020, you'd said that, they relied a lot on you, your tapes and all that they said, and you said they wanted to work on a lot of things. So, like, the way I saw it in 2020, you were more like, okay, my passes aren't there, I'm going to run, right?
Right.
And then you go to the training camp with or the practice squad with the Chiefs and stuff like that. Then you're learning under Reed and Patrick Mahomes. And then you go into the USFL, and then that's really when you started to kind of see your game change a little, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm going to rely on my arm because, dude, you were dropping some dimes this season in the XFL. If I'm not mistaken, I think you have 3 of the longest passes this season in the XFL.
Yeah. I think
the
you're
league,
right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think I am. And then, like, this year, like, you just really saw it. It was like really, like, by week 5, it's something clicked in you. You were like, okay, this is what I need to do. So, like, talk through that progression from 2020 USFL until now. Like, what was that progression like for you?
Yeah, like 2020, that was like, kind of like my first year coming out of, college and all that, kind of like waiting around. And my progression there was, I really couldn't, our offense was pretty simple in college. And then when I got to the 2020 year in St. Louis, that's when I kind of had to, kind of open my eyes. Like, guys were moving a lot faster. Bullets were flying. So I had to, like, use my legs more just because I didn't trust my arm. 2022, the USFL, we had like a good offense, pro style offense where it was all pass. And, they did implement draws in there sometimes, but not all the time. So I kind of relied on my arm then. And this past year, I kind of wanted to use both. I learned a lot from Mahomes. He can run and he can throw, but he usually doesn't run unless he has to. And he kind of extends plays and always keeps his eyes downfield. And that's what I wanted to work on, is keeping my eyes downfield, making the play, last longer than it usually is, and, making something happen out of nothing. And that's what I try to do in, this past XFL season. I try to be better with my eyes downfield, be better as a pocket passer, and then run when I need to.
And it's funny that you may say Mahomes, because the good doctor is a huge Chiefs fan, and he puts up here, Mahomes needs a backup.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Wow.
I love the organization. I love, the quarterback room there, and I would go back in a heartbeat.
And red's not my favorite color, Jordan, but red does seem to fit you.
Yeah, red is not
well.
bad. It's not bad.
So Jordan, tell me about the, being in DC and kind of embracing that culture, man, because they had everything going for them with the beer snake, and they have some rowdy fans, man. So what was that feeling like this year? And can you compare it to St. Louis in 2020?
Yeah, so nothing can compare to the Dome. I'll say that. The Dome will always, remain loud. The costumes in the stadium is insane and ridiculous. I don't think we can get to that level, but being in DC was just amazing. Just seeing the beer snake, kind of experiencing like fans, kind of like welcoming in, and I kind of wish we stayed in DC a little bit just to like kind of embrace the fans that love the XFL, like how we did in St. Louis. But being in that atmosphere in that soccer stadium, even though it was 18,000 people, it was still loud. It was still amazing, and the beer snake was probably my favorite thing to see as it was growing throughout the game.
I know it had to be, man, because that had to be, that thing was moving and grooving, baby. And I'm like, come on, man, this thing is, did you ever hear about the story about that one of the beer snakes cost like 17 grand at one point?
No, I did not.
17 grand for a beer snake. So, but that's great that you've been able to kind of embrace the, that culture, and then, taking your game from what you did back in 2020 to now.
Yeah.
And this is probably the best version of you, or is it not?
Yeah, I feel like this is the best I've ever felt, throughout the whole time I've been playing. And, I'm more than confident being 25 years old, seeing everything looks a lot slower to me now since I've, got live bullets. And like, that's what I love about these spring leagues is that I'm getting more reps in games. So it kind of helps my games, a lot. And I did see someone's comment, the St. Louis noise. I mean, it was like,
that's the hyena.
I played in big stadiums before, so it was like I kind of got used to like canceling noises out when I needed to, and the dome was rocking that day. I'll say that it was loud.
We kind of figured that when you came into that game, because a lot of us were looking forward to seeing, what you would do in that type of atmosphere, and you showcased it, like especially the big run, the big game from Abram Smith with the XFL record 218. You had no issues whatsoever getting the ball downfield and figuring out what to do. And I think that was the most impressive with that win, was how you're able to cancel out the noise like that.
And it was so great. Yeah, it was so great to play back in that dome too. It was, it felt amazing.
You do realize, Jordan, you were the only XFL quarterback that is undefeated in the Dome of America, in the Battle Dome.
I will say that I am undefeated in the dome.
You are undefeated. Well, you are undefeated in the Battle Dome, unlike other guys. So let's
also undefeated at Audi.
Sure is.
That is true. You are undefeated at Audi also. Now, okay, look, let's get to it. I know it's going to be a sore subject, but we're not going to bring it up. Yes, I am good, Sabrina. Don't worry about me. This XFL championship, to me, was kind of amazing, right? Because if you really look at the team that you played, the Rent-A-Hawks, right? It was literally your team in 2020 minus you as the quarterback.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah, basically was, yep.
Right, so it was your
whole
team.
Defense, basically, yeah.
Right, yeah, you're the whole team, all of that stuff, minus you. But here it is. We have two quarterbacks that were the two original starters from XFL 2020 playing in the championship.
Yeah.
Regardless of the way it ended, what did that mean to you, being one of the two original guys playing in the first championship?
Yeah, just seeing, me and Luis and, just seeing our journey from 2020 and then to 2022 with the USFL. And then now, I mean, just our competitiveness and just our heart, just to win games and go out there to play for our team. It meant a lot, towards me too, just to see like another XFL guy in 2020, leading his team, to the championship, to the Aladome. And it was amazing to see it. I'm sad, we lost, but, Luis deserves, all of it. He's such a hard worker. He's a smart guy and, never gave up. And, that's the kind of story that, us XFL guys give, is that we never give up no matter the circumstance. And we're still going to fight until we get seen.
Right. Now, Jordan, I kind of did some stuff because, Arlington was telling me, hey, Jordan might be coming on. I was like, oh, well, let me do some stuff. I think I know who your rival quarterback is.
Who is it?
I think it has to be Louise because every time you two sweat. No, I'm serious. Like I'm looking at this. You guys are like dead even with each other, right?
Yeah.
And when you two come together to play a game, it's like a blowout with each other, right? It's like you two know what each other are going to do. So I mean, I think he is your rival.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
you guys are Batman and the Joker to each other, or Superman and Lex Luthor. But I mean, I think that's your guy. That you're like, hey, this guy beat me. Now I got to go beat him again. So like, I mean, would you say that is, or like, is it that friendly rivalry between the two of you, or how is that?
I would say that. I mean, like the rivalry is always fun just to see him after the game or before the game. Also, just you know, all right, back at it again. This is our 4th time playing you this year. Like, you know, I played it twice with Vegas, and then twice with the Renegades. I'm like, well, you got to know our defense by now, playing us 4 times. So
Jordan, we got a question coming in from one of our. What was your favorite stadium to play in? Was it the Dome or was it something
else? Favorite stadium this past year? Probably the Dome. Yeah, I love that experience. It being loud. I miss like rowdy fans all over the place. I was even getting yelled at, saying a bunch of stuff at.
Wow.
But at the same time I was getting like love. So I was getting a little love hate there. So it was like,
yeah, because I wanted to know what was that going to be like for you when, and I think you may have said it on a past show, but I don't mind hearing it again. Is what your mindset was when you were going into that St. Louis game and you were being on the opposing side and not on the Battlehawk side.
Yeah, it was like such a different experience being on that other side, and like when I got to the hotel, a lot of people were like, "Welcome back, Jordan. Welcome back." Like so, like I was kind of getting recognized, and after the game, I would say that was like when the fans started cooling down, and like that's when I really started to show love to the fans who stayed and wanted signatures and stuff and pictures. So I did that for them after the game because I knew how much it meant for me. I knew how much it meant for them.
Amazing,
Jordan. Yeah, you say that because I saw you play in Vegas. I saw you play in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Right. And the Queen Hyena from B-Hawk Live says, please go to Minnesota Vikings and take Kirk Cousins out, please. I could actually see you fitting in a Minnesota Vikings scheme.
Yeah.
I could see you fitting that scheme. But let's go back to it. Like I'd watched, I think, 4 of your games live this year, right? And I think, now you tell me if I'm wrong, Arlington, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you might actually be one of the most beloved players in the XFL by just the way that how you're grateful for everything, how you actually even care about the opposing fans and all of that stuff. Like, do you see that or do you disagree? Because that's how I see it.
I mean, I see it just because I was raised right. My parents raised me in a good raised me right, and everything starts from home. And I just feel like giving back to the community, and I just want to I just want people to I've been in those shoes where I was in the stands too, kind of looking up to guys, and it meant a lot if somebody came up to me and gave me their towel or a signature, like something small. So like I just always want to give back, always want to make a smile happen, and this is not going to last long, so I want to take it all in. I want to show the people that I love them, and
yeah, like here, Sabrina says, always a Battlehawk. We would never boo you. I was so torn because there's a lot of Battlehawks on Arlington. I mean, it just amazes me, like the love that you have or the love that fans have for you, even when you're not as a Battlehawk. Even the DC fans and all the fans around the league, just there was something about you that gravitated fans towards you.
Yeah, I think it was just the energy, the respect, and then the smile. I mean, attracts. I mean, and brings people in.
Hey, I remember back in 2019 when we first met Jordan.
Yeah, we were at the Westport Social.
Yeah, I told you then. I said, man, St. Louis is gonna love Jordan Hayami because of his personality. And I'm like, the ladies are gonna love him some Jordan. I guarantee you, man, because he was gonna be that guy. And granted, the record or whatever it was, 3-2, I guess. They still had mad love, especially in the dome when he came out, and they knew this is our quarterback. So I think that was the special thing about having Jordan Ta'amu.
Well, he is undefeated. He is undefeated in the Battle Dome.
Still is.
So, but if I'm not recall, Jordan, you help me recall me if I'm right. I think Arlington challenged you in a couple things, right?
Yeah.
I think he challenged you I challenged you in bocce ball. You beat me in bocce ball, which I think that was unfair because you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Arlington
challenged you in ping pong. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you smacked him around pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I think you skunked him, right?
I was doing like under the leg tricks and stuff, and still.
I think so.
He did, man. I got to get my rematch back on that when I get to St. Louis, man. Next time you're in St. Louis, I got to get my rematch back at West Social, man.
I got you, man.
Jordan, here's another one. The mayor of the XFL. You got to meet the mayor, right? The mayor of the XFL. Yeah. He said Jordan is undefeated at Lumen Field.
Right.
That is facts.
That's right.
Yeah. So now, Jordan, now that the season's over, right? Might not have gotten the outcome but you want, but you did get all the other accolades like Player of the Year, all of that stuff. In my opinion, MVP, all of that. Hold some records for the XFL, right?
Right.
With, training camps lining up right now, okay? And then the XFL season just around the corner, not too far from here, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, DJ, Danny, Coach Barlow, Coach Epps says, Jordan, you ready? You ready to come back? This is what we're doing. What's Jordan saying?
I'm coming back. Great answer. I love that answer, man. I love that answer. I think DJ and Danny will love that answer too, man.
Yeah, I think so too. If the Rock calls me, I'm coming.
Hey, sir, for real. Thank you so much for coming on.
Sir.
Doing this. And,
hold on. We got one more question for you right here, Jordan, before we let you go. Ball Hawk 1. You know who Ball Hawk 1 is, right? He's the crazy dude, right?
Oh, okay. Yep.
The one that runs around with the Viking helmet.
With the helmet?
Yeah, that guy. He wants to know if you've seen any of the videos that he's made of me and my man crush of you and Danucci.
I need to see it. You need to send it to me. Send it to me. I need to watch it.
All right. No, because then you really think I'm a creepy bastard. Like you already do now. So we can't do that. Arlington, send the videos over to Jordan.
I'll have to find them, man, so that way we can make it work. And I know I'm pretty much gonna get the videos again. Yeah, it was wild.
That's hilarious.
It's a different time and different place for all of that. Thank you so much, man, for coming
thank you guys
and doing this with us. And man, best of luck to you as you continue on in your football journey, man. And you already know you got a place here, and especially what better place to have the offensive player of the year on the XFan show, man.
Yes, sir.
He goes, he's got copies for you, Jordan.
I need all the copies.
Much love to you, brother. Much love to you, man.
See y'all again. Yep.
All right, bro.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jordan Ta'amu, XFL Offensive Player of the Year, kind enough to join us here on the XFan show on our XFL.
I'm not in my studio. I'm on location.
Yeah, I can see that. Why are you being so unprofessional right now, dude?
The last outlaw still lives, so whatever.
I guess. So this is the time now, as we're doing the show is brought to you by the XFan Legion Studios. Dude.
Well, we do have a big announcement. We do have a big announcement too.
Well, that'll be near the end of the show, and we'll be glad to do that. But I gotta ask you, man, your experience.
Dirty might be retiring.
Thank you, Amanda. Please, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, man? Like, come on, put that out. So
we're in the off season.
No, we're not. There's a whole lot more to do. Come on, man. You gotta get rid of that.
All right, look, okay, I'll put it out. Look, this Serena says, I love this show. Thank you all. We love you too.
Thank you.
All right, get to the question, Arlington. I know you want to ask it. Get to the question.
Yes, I gotta ask you about your championship experience, man. Right, exactly, Rob. You say after everything he needs a cigarette.
Oh, see, yeah, I do. I need a cigarette after Jordan just gets it going for me. I need a cigarette after. This is the after. Hold on, my phone fell. This is the afternoon show. We gotta be professional.
Yeah, duh. I'm like, why would you like? Come on, man. You just can't help yourself.
So the XFL experience, right? That we had, right?
Yeah, in San Antonio.
In San Antonio. I mean, let's really talk about it. You know, Arlington. We worked 4 years for all of this, right?
True.
We've built this little bitty show that was small potatoes and not big enough into a legion.
Period, sir.
I am into a legion of fans, right? Credentialed in every other city except St. Louis. And then when we came to the championship, we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's see if we can get Dirty into the championship, right? I get credentialed, and we're shocked that I get credentialed. So, I mean, literally, and that's the reason why I'm still on the hangover, because it was really a blur. Everything was a blur to me. Everything was just moving so fast. You know, from the Friday night show, right? That was a huge success, where we were supposed to broadcast in a conference room. And thank you to RC and Jorge and Alamo Beer Company for helping us, letting us do that. And then when we started seeing the fans show up, I was like, we got to move the show outside. We have to do it out here with the fans, right? And, you know, I need to apologize to all my co-hosts that helped me with that show, because I started kicking them off and bringing the fans on, you know? It was this weekend was a very humbling experience for me. And Arlington, you know how I've always been. I've always just been, I'm that last outlaw. I say what I want and all of that stuff. And you always said, dude, you know what you're doing. You know, I had Ed and Daddy Ed and Amanda saying, Dirty, you know what you're doing. And then just to hear the fans say it, that they were excited that I got credentialed, that we, you know, and they're like, you're our voice. We need you inside. And yeah, I mean, it's still all a blur to me, and I am literally humbled. And I mean, Jesus, here you go. You got the last outlaw.
Hey, shout out to all the media members in the XFL that, you know, helped make sure that this season went without a hitch. I know a lot of us went through craziness.
You know, and and for the people that, you know, believed in us, Arlington, like the mayor believing in us, right? All of our fans, you know, the fans like Marco, Robert, Sabrina, all of those guys who have believed in us for 4 years. I mean, yeah, Dirty got credentialed, Arlington got credentialed, but guess what? The last outlaw is not going to change. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be the same Dirty, just maybe a little more emotional because of all you idiots.
Hey, y'all got him. Y'all, hey, fans, y'all got him. I can't believe it. Y'all actually got
finally,
him.
You bastards got me. You idiots got me. See, yeah, like the good doctor told me, you know, put it up there.
Dude, yeah, we all told you. Your team told you to do it. And if you did, we were going to punch you in San Antonio.
Right. You know, and then when I got into the press box and I'm talking to all these guys and they're like, oh my God, it's really you. You're really here. About time. Congratulations. You know, all of that, you know, so
exactly, man. There you go, man. And you know, I'm gonna give you benefit of the doubt today. Remember, you're always right. Look, people breaking you down, boy. I love it, man. This is kind of dirty. I want to see more often. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I told y'all, Night's Dirty is actually the most scary dirty. I'm telling y'all this. Yeah. We know. See, Javier, we all knew this. That he's still bad. He's still bad even now. Still bad. But that's my guy. Hey, I got my shirt on today, man. So you
see, Mayor, he got his shirt. The mayor was worried. He goes, "Did you give A-Train his shirt?" I said, "Yeah, I gave him his shirt."
I got it. I wore it in San Antonio, but that's okay because I was grateful to even be in the house for the XFL championship myself. You know,
but dude, you had a better time than me. You got to talk to Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier.
Hey, and Spurrier looked like he did not want to be bothered at all.
You know, Steve Spurrier, you know, he kind of reminded me of one of those no offense. I mean, Steve Spurrier's a great coach, right? But he kind of reminded me of like that old dude that gets really Botoxed up, kind of like George Hamilton, the actor, you know? who looks all plastic in the face.
Bothered, man.
Right, yeah. See, Ballhawk 1 goes, I talked to him and had no idea who he was. You know? So, yeah.
So, listen. So, my original seats where I was at, I was a little bit ahead where I could see the field and all that. And so, I got tired of sitting there, right? And so, I'm like, I want to move someplace where it's a little bit more freedom. So, I just so happened to look up. And I'm looking up and I see a gentleman in a Renegade shirt. And this Renegade shirt and hat. And I'm like, is that who I think it is? So I just walked past him. And then
Steve Spurrier.
Right. And I looked and I'm like, that's Steve Spurrier. And so I text you as you in the press box. I was like, hey man, look to your left. And you stood up and I'm sitting here doing this.
Yeah, I saw it.
And it was Spurrier. I said, that's Spurrier right here in front of me. So then it was funny, the usher that was in that area, they was just kind of chilling and whatnot. And next thing she knows, she pulls out her phone and say, hey, can I take a picture with you real quick? And
Mr. Steve Spurrier, can I take a picture with you?
He was cool with it. He was cool with it. As soon as she leaves, I'm like, I'm about to leave myself because the game was starting to wrap up. I say, hey, Coach Spurrier, can I get a quick pic? And then whatever you seen on the page, that's the pic that I took. So, yeah, it was cool to see Steve Spurrier there. I think his son is coaching for the Renegades. So,
yeah,
you know, hey, he's a champion in some shape, form, or fashion, man. And
that
so
is true.
That was cool. And the game experience was fine. I just can't take a certain individual with me to the game anymore.
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble.
I already am.
Speaking Arlington, because I know that we had talked about the press stuff and all that stuff because you covered it in Houston, right?
I did.
And you're like, Dirty, you will not believe how big Dwayne Johnson is when you actually see him. And that dude is massive.
Yes. Straight up.
Massive. And I mean, people want to say about Danny Garcia that she's manly looking, but I will tell you this, seeing her in person, she is an absolute beauty. She holds herself with grace. And I mean, one of the sweetest, because they each came over and, thanked the media people there. We couldn't get pictures with them, but they said, thank you for being here and stuff like that. Just super nice. It was cool being on the field. I'm glad I got to do the videos for you guys from the field presentation. But there was one other guy there was two guys, three. I had to find Jordan, but like you said, he left before the graffiti hit, right? I had to find my man Taylor. We found Taylor. And then I had to find my man Coach Hayes.
Oh, you found him.
I'm walking, and there he is. And he was talking to somebody, right? So, me, normally I'd have just cut in, said, Coach, it's Dirty from the XFan show. This time I was polite, Arlington, you'd be very happy. I was very polite. I waited my turn instead of cutting people off like I normally do. I waited my turn. And he looked at me and he got the biggest grin. I go, what's up, big guy? He goes, Dirty, my man. What's up, baby? And, we hugged him like, Coach, he goes, let's get the selfie. He goes, you're really here? And he goes, and they let you on the field. I go, yep. And he goes, well, he goes, about time. And he goes, good for you, man. I said, thanks, Coach. Much love. We did the pictures. I met the grandkids and stuff like that. So that was like another highlight for me, is to see Coach Hayes, to get his props and what he deserved. I mean, look, we've been saying this for a long time. Marco had said, he called the upsets and all that stuff. Jimmy said he called the upsets. But, I mean, let's really look at this, Arlington. We've said that Luis Perez might be one of the smartest spring quarterbacks that's out there, right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
we said on this show, if Perez would have been with that Renegades team, it could have been a different type of team. I mean, I really think that team could have ran that South Division. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And we didn't get a chance to we didn't get to thank Jordan for them beating the San Antonio Brahmas, because I'm like, I still have that embedded in my head, because Marco Romo hits that. Perez is an afterthought.
Dude, you just pissed off our entire San Antonio fan base. Good job, buddy. Good job.
I know that. Hey, I'm not well liked. They already know I feel
Good
about
job.
that.
You pissed off our San Antonio fan base. Good job, buddy. I still love you, though.
Hey,
I still love you.
But the realists know that a Parker Romo hit that thing in, and because he didn't,
Yes.
you know, now he's off to Detroit. But no, congratulations to them. All the players as getting their NFL.
And if
shot.
I'm not mistaken, what are we at? We're at like 60 players that have either signed,
workouts,
that have had invites or have signed contracts with the NFL.
Yeah. So
you know, okay, Javier says now he has signed with Green Bay. So I mean, much love. I mean, look, Arlington, I know you hated it when I said the smartest thing for the XFL to do for this league to succeed is to partner up with the NFL.
Right.
You told me, Dirty, you're an idiot. You're a moron. I hate that idea. I don't like it.
I still don't.
Stupid.
But
let's really look at it. Yes,
right.
These guys are getting those opportunities, right? And this was the perfect stepping stone for this. And you're seeing it now that you have 60-something players that have invites. And I want to say at the last time I counted, it was 15 guys that have signed contracts with NFL teams. You know, and listen, and if that is the case, I'm great with Jordan going back to KC because he said he loved KC. He loved learning under my least favorite head coach and my least favorite quarterback in the NFL. Probably the two most overrated.
But hey, at the same time, man, I look at it as he should get a shot anywhere. Like,
well, he definitely should get a shot over this guy right here, Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, I'm like DC should be looking at him like for real, like really.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Commanders. I'm not talking about.
I agree. Think
about
it. Right, the Commanders. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, thank you, Joey. Joey says congratulations to Arlington Dirty for earning your media credentials.
I didn't, but it was okay. It was okay.
But you did the whole season. You did the whole season, right?
All that matters.
Right. I think that it would be smart if the defenders go after Jordan because he's already loved there in
Commanders. Yeah.
DC.
That would be great for him. Like,
yeah.
I think he has you have just as a legitimate shot as anybody else becoming not just backup, but potentially the starter.
Yeah, I 100%.
You have to really put that into perspective here. Like,
and like right here, he said if Jack Cohn gets some looks, then Jordan definitely should get some looks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look. It's interesting, Arlington, we had talked about it on last week's show before we went down. There was one player that played every single snap except one as the quarterback, and that was Ben DiNucci. Montez Ford got a thing. You know what I'm saying? Got signed. You know what I mean?
Who? Steven Montez.
Montez.
Yeah.
Yeah. The entire quarterback room in the Sea Dragons all got signed. You know what I'm saying? Right here, Dirty, you need to come to Houston next season. It's going to be in the works. Don't worry. You have DJ. He goes, from a fan of the show, just wanted to say thank you to you guys and the rest of the X-Fan Legion for all the hard work and coverage you've brought to the XFL. Look, we do it all for you guys. We do it for you guys. This show was created for you guys. So we're just the two talking heads. We're the two talking mouths. This is actually your guys' show. You guys literally dictate what we talk about on this show, whether you guys want to believe it or not. Me and Arlington say this is what we want to talk about, and then you guys take us off 20 yards a different way.
Especially
all
when the time roll in, man. Look at that.
Right,
you got drinks waiting for you, dude. So there you go. Hey,
that'd be perfect.
Hey, so if you really want to make a joke, Dallas got their first championship in 30 years, right?
That is true. They really did get their first championship. I think the last time that there was a championship in Dallas was 1995, I think.
From football standpoint, not just period.
Right. Yeah, I think that might have been it, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think so.
I'm getting some comments in the room in my room in here. So
I know. I hear her flapping her gums. So that's hard to be quiet in the background. Nobody wants to hear her. Nobody wants to hear her talking. Welcome to the X-Fan Show, the video podcast that X out all the rest.
Hey, but listen, again, folks, thank you, man. We are just starting, we just beginning, and we got more stuff. I guess we could talk about the good stuff now, can't we?
Well, I know on Tuesday you talked about, hey, it's the off season now, right? But what a lot of you guys don't realize is there's showcases going on. We've already had 4 showcases. Right?
They don't have
Uh,
right. They literally said there is no off season. Like
right. There is no off season. Okay. So we've had 4 showcases. We still have 2 more to go, right? You can go on the XFL. They'll tell you where they're at. Okay. Um, the X Fan show, or I mean, actually, the X Fan Legion did something very, 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 very big just yesterday. Arlington, we talked about it. We crunched the numbers and all that. So our little thing is no longer going to be called the X Fan Legion Studios. It will now be called the Wild Sun Studios because we've signed a partnership and a sponsorship with Wild Sun Brewery here in the local area. So proud to bring that on. We are going to be working on a website, the X Fan Legion website, where we're going to be looking for writers that want to talk and write about their experience. Again, when we say the X Fan,
it's about fan
experience. This is about the fan experience. So if the fans want to send their experiences to us, we will put them up there on the website for you guys because that's what it's about. Thank you, Marco. It's about you guys. So yeah, we're starting that. That'll be launching within, the next few weeks and stuff like that. We are going to start broadcasting to, we are going to go back in the off season to once a week. And as Arlington said, it will be on Thursday. B-Hawk Live will still be on Wednesday nights. You'll still have the Rough 'em Up podcast dropping on Thursdays, correct?
Yeah, that'll still be going on, man. But
yep.
At the off
you'll
season,
still have this. You'll still have the Smoking Guns going.
Correct.
You'll still have on Monday nights. You'll have Horns Forward going on Monday. I don't know if they're doing Monday or Tuesday. You'll still have the Texas Talking Football. You'll still have the Standing Guard podcast with Michael Lathrop going, right? And we're going to be working on some more. We're working on with some other people in the other cities to get podcast, to get video podcast going and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You got here B-Hawk 1 saying he'll be on Horns Forward in July. I mean, guys, there's still a lot of football out there. And, you know what I mean? Look, we know we don't talk about the USFL. USFL is out there. You want to watch it, watch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right here. I mean, put it up from Amanda. Thank you so much to Wild Sun Winery and Brewery for this amazing opportunity and new opportunities. You're absolutely right. I know that we got things working on in Houston with you, Arlington. So, I mean, guys, this is about you guys, and you guys have helped us get to where we are, and we just want to make it bigger and better for all of you guys. So just be on the lookout for all of that stuff. And again, if you're fans, you want to write about your experience, send it to us. We'll let you guys know when you can send it to us. We'll put your stuff up there.
You know how we talk about all the time, the XFL is going to be looking for new talent. College football kicks off in 98 days.
98 days.
Hey, listen.
So
you get a year-round of football throughout. So this is a big year, 2023, when it comes to football in some shape, form, or fashion. That's why it is for football fans, you should be enjoying every single minute of this. You should be enjoying every single minute of this, like so seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you really should. And if you really think about it, we've talked about it before, Arlington, that here he goes. My biggest problem is home teams didn't play at homes in the USFL. We love football, but it makes it hard. I mean, yeah, you're right. But they have their own type of marketing and business strategy, and it worked for them. Now, how long will it work for them? We don't know, but it gave them a year too.
So,
I mean, really, it gave them 3 years because it was the spring league, then turned over to the USFL. So, I mean, they're technically in year 3 of the spring league. Really.
So, I'm gonna ask you this, Dirty. What would you like to see next season in the XFL?
I'm going to give you a speculation. So you want me to do it as a speculation?
You do it any other time.
I know, right? You know, let's start off let's end the new season. Let's end season 1 with speculation. I'm going to speculate. I'm going to speculate. I want to see training camps held in their home cities. Not practices, training camps. I want to see them have their training camps here in the home city. I want to see them doing more engagement in their home cities compared to what they did this year. I get that this year was a Petrie, right? I get it. But you did literally have over 30 months to do this, and you dropped the ball on your marketing and your marketing strategies and stuff like that. Yes, some cities you did better than you did in others. I get it. That's fine. But I want to see them in their home cities doing training and mini camps, right? And then if it's not in the cards, then do the hub city one more year, okay? And then travel, because I think if you do it, and that's what we're going to do, I mean, we're going to help grow that Orlando fan base even more. We're going to help grow the Vegas fan base even more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those are the two cities that really need the help to grow those fan bases. And that's what we're going to focus on, is growing those fan bases. And that's what we need all of you guys to do, is help grow that Orlando fan base and a Vegas fan base.
Man. I got to give a personal shout out to Corey Helvey and John Navarez over in San Antonio with the job that they were able to do, especially Corey. Corey had a tall task in Orlando, because
very tall task. And you know what? A big shout out to Aaron in Vegas.
Yes.
The guy there in Vegas, and Corey. And what they really did, a rookie draft. I would love to see a rookie draft. I think that would be great, Jimmy. I would love to see a rookie draft. But what those two guys did in those cities, and it was funny because, we were talking to Corey, and he's like, I didn't really have a lot of time in Orlando. But he did what he did, averaging 10,000 fans. And listen, St. Louis, we could say, oh, we outdrew the XFL championship, right? See, look, right here. Should at least have a meet and greet before every game. Another thing, look, here's the reason why we outdrew, because we were a passionate fan base. We still in St. Louis still wanted to stick it to the NFL and all that stuff, right? I'm glad that the Kroenke chant died down. I love it. I appreciate you guys for letting that go away, right? I loved it. But what we need to do is we need to help support the other fan bases, not bash them. I can tell you this. I did see I posted sitting there talking about the attendance, and there were people going, oh, we'd had more of that in St. Louis. Let me really ask you guys a question, okay? Let me ask all you Battlehawks a real question, because I was sitting in those games, okay? Yeah, season ticket meet and greet holders. I agree with that. Look.
And not in secret. And not in secret either.
Right, and not in secret. Make them know. Make them known to the season ticket. You won't see any expansion until 2027. I'll tell you that. No expansion until 2027. I'll give you that one. I don't want to see any expansion until 2027. That's what I don't want. But yes, Columbus would be a great one. Where was I? Oh, I don't think we would have put more than 40,000 people in the dome. I don't think we would have. I think maybe 30, because if you look after game 1, we had 38,000, and then our attendance dropped by 2%. Dropped about 2 to 3% every single game. In those the last 4 home games. Dropped. The meet and greets in the public, not season ticket holders, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine too. Exactly.
Yeah. So for you guys to sit here and say, "Oh, we would have put 40,000 fans in the dome," no, we wouldn't have. No, I don't think we would have. Maybe 30, 35 at the tops, but I don't think we would have put 40. Like right here, Brahmas had the meet and greets before every home game, and it helped with fan connection. Great idea for the struggling markets.
I'm gonna pull up a number really quick.
Okay.
On a percentage, right? Looking at it from what the St. Louis fan base did with the total number of fans throughout the year, right?
But
they were only 28%
That's right.
Fan base. It was 28% of all of the XFL fans that showed up to paid attendance. Let me say that because there were more. It was more than 630,000 because you got to understand people get free tickets and things like that. Stuff is paid for that way. And because I'm looking at the South Division Championship, right? And it said it was 13,000 for that game. There was no way in hell it looked like 13,000. It looked like 17 to 18,000. It was packed in there.
For which one?
The South Division Championship game.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think the total. So here, I'll give you a little thing. I think the total attendance was 15,000, just over 15,000, right? With a paid attendance. What's up, Carlos? With a paid attendance. And then I want to say it was another 2,500 with the tickets. Was 2,500 with like the comps and the tickets that were given away to like special people like that. So you're talking 17,000. Is I heard it was like right around 17,000 is what I heard. Now I don't know if that's true. I just heard it was around 17,000 for the championship game. Yeah. Look, here's what you got to realize, St. Louis, is we have the largest fan base, but we never sold out the stadium because you guys wanted to keep having more and more sections open. There's only one team that sold out in this entire 2020 season, and it was DC. They did it twice. They put in their 18, whatever it is, for their seating capacity. We never did because we kept wanting more and more tickets. So we technically never had a sellout, even though we had over 30,000 fans, which is great. I'm not saying that's not. That's a great thing, but we never officially had a sellout like we did in 2020. We had 2 sellouts in 2020.
I get it.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Yes, St. Louis cannot make excuses for baseball or soccer, and yes, XFL is a niche product, and that's what they're trying to do is get beyond that. And I think ownerships, need to be involved too. We need to get local ownerships involved in these leagues too, so they can buy into the product. And yes,
you're right, Mayor. Put that one back up. What the mayor said. You're right. No official attendance was reported by the XFL. You're right. I'm not saying I know an official number. I'm just saying from what I've heard for that South Championship game, it was closer to that 17 mark instead of the 15 paid attendance.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
But still, 630,000 plus fans showed up for XFL games this past year. So that's something to applaud. Because I remember I said 500,000.
Right.
500,000. That exceeded that number.
You're talking that was 40 games. 43. Over 650,000 people went. Over 43 games. Now, just like the good doctors say, that the XFL is a niche product. And you know what I'm saying? But the ratings, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the ratings were like TV ratings. They were averaging, if you take all the TV ratings throughout the year, however you want to look at it, they were averaging over 650,000. You take all the numbers together.
Exactly. When you take that number into consideration, you got to remember that most of the games were cable based and it was on FX. A lot of the games were on FX.
Yeah, and ESPN Plus, the majority of your games.
Right, and we still don't have the streaming numbers yet. And I think they should be out now for at least February.
They should be. So then we'll start talking about that.
Yeah, because when you look at that, when you look at cable numbers get looked at construed anyway, because how many cable channels there are, right? And I think they did a phenomenal job. I know a lot of people. I said myself that I think that the XFL should have had a second broadcast partner, like a CBS.
I do. And then look, it says right here. In Arlington, we talked about that too. That it did succeed. It did succeed ESPN's expectations. You know what I'm saying? It did. It really did. And I mean, what was accomplished this year, in my opinion, B-Hog 1 says, this year was a success. Yes, there were some successful things, but there were some things that could be improved on. Like you guys are saying. more interaction with the fans, more marketing in the local areas and stuff like that. Make some of these players a little more accessible, coaches a little more accessible to the fans and stuff like that. And that's all we will try to do, is work on that for you guys. That's what we are about, working for you guys. We are your guys' voice. You guys tell us, we say it.
Yeah, man. And
any other way?
There's no other way to put it, man. Hey, we're at the end of the program, man. I think we
are.
And I want to give a big thanks to Jordan Teamu for coming on the show today and blessing us with his presence and talking a bit about the season. And hopefully we'll get some more guys to come on the show in the upcoming weeks and whatnot. Hey, we're going to start putting out stuff for the X-Fan Legion website coming soon. So make sure you take a look at that. And of course, we're looking for writers. We're going to look for 8 of the best. And definitely we'll get all that information and stuff out.
Well, thank you. Thank you, good doctor.
You already know how we do.
Robert, good job, you all. Thanks again. Hey, listen, don't thank us. Like I said, we did this. We started this for you guys. This is your guys' show. Yes, right here. More fan-friendly scheduling, please. You're right. This is your guys' show. We're just the two talking heads, basically. And I will take that banner, and I know Arlington will take that banner, and we will run with it, and we will do whatever it is for you guys, and what you guys want out there, we will do it.
Thank you, Mayor.
So, yeah, big thanks to the mayor for believing in us, right? Big thanks to the relationships that we built with Corey in Orlando and John and San Antonio and Aaron in Vegas, Jason Ganella, building that relationship with Jason Ganella, just building the relationship. Who?
Travis in Houston and Mike in St. Louis.
Right, yeah. Mike and Travis. I mean, there's just too many people to thank for this season. And I mean, really, the most importantly, the thanks all goes to you guys for tuning into us 2 days a week, 2 hours out of your day, during the middle of the workday. You guys tune in and watch us. So from that, thank you. And now don't be upset when you see this show. The name gets changed to the X-Fan Legion on Facebook. Don't get upset. We're just going to start consolidating things, people. We're going to start consolidating things. It would be the X-Fan Legion presents the X-Fan Show. So don't get upset. Nothing happened.
All right, gang. About to wrap this bad boy up.
Hey, Arlington. Guess who's going to be broadcasting with you next season? Dirty Carry. All next year. All next season. I'm going to broadcast with you.
All right, folks. Hey. So presented from the Wild Sun Studios, the Dirty A-Train. Thanks for the 6 season this year. Thank y'all so much.
Now I can light my cigarette?
I'm going to take you off. So go ahead and light your cigarette. That's why. Thank you so much, though. Tuning in to this the X-Fan Show. Make sure you follow us at X-Fan on Twitter. Make sure you follow us at X-Fan Show on Facebook. And Twitter. Things are changing. You'll see it. I promise you're not going to do much all right. Just for a little while. We'll see y'all on next Thursday at 11 o'clock. All right? Y'all take care. All right, we'll see y'all next week.